Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste friends. In this video, I wish to present an Excel file which you can use to exactly locate the time when a particular graha, like say Surya, Chandra, Mangal, Buddha, whatever our Vedic astrology planet, reaches a particular say star, or even if we want a specific longitude. This can be done easily in Jagannath Avara, but then some people, in case they feel like using Excel, this is an option that you can perhaps use. If you see in this chart, we specify the current time. So it is some particular time now in a particular location, which I have put as a time zone and a latitude and longitude of the location. You have to manually enter these things. And then the GMT is determined by itself, and you can choose Ayanamsa. I normally use the KP straight line Ayanamsa. You don't have to bother about other entries. And in case I want to locate, now moon is in, as per this, is in Mula star. So suppose I want to know when moon gets into Purva Bhadra, which is the 25th star. I have entered 25 here and just press here, and there is that's it. You see Purva Bhadra is attained on the 20th of March 2023 at 7:57 p.m. So it is as easy as that. You should enter the star number for the planet that you wish to get to know when it reaches that star. Suppose if it is Mars, you choose Mars. Mars is currently, let us put, see this is an increment. What it essentially does is, you start with a 0 increment, which means you have got a starting date which I put as now. So essentially the current time. You can modify it in case you need a different time. And it adds the increment to it. As of now, the increment is 0. Now at the background, as the increment is 0, the nakshatra of say Mars now is in Mrigashira. Whereas I want to know, say, instead of Mrigashira, I want to know when it gets to Ardra or Punarvasu. So say I will put 7 here. So immediately it will not get you the result. You get Mars to be in Mrigashira only because nothing has been done so far. Now I start with a iteration with maybe you can start with anything here. It is a seeding. You can start with a 0 or even a negative number. And this has we want to know when it happens after a date and before a date. And this date is in fact in between the two. So I just click here. Let us see what the program does. When you see Mars has attained to the 7th star, which is Punarvasu, on the 22nd of April at this time. So according for this Ayanamsha. So this way you can use this to find and locate when a planet reaches a particular star. Even ascendant, when the ascendant reaches a particular star, that can be determined. What the program essentially does is it basically changes this time by changing the increment value between the two dates that you are given. I mean, this date, what I have put in here, you can check the formulas here. It is the now minus 30, and this is now plus 30 into, in fact, I have put 12 into 2. You can put any number there. It is in fact 2025 it has taken. So it's a big range that I have given. But you can narrow down the range to see what is going to be between a particular time slot. And it would basically it will keep changing this value in terms of decimal days. And that it will be added to this, so the time will get changed, and therefore the degrees would get changed. And there is an objective function which it minimizes, and the objective function is basically the longitude of the planet you are concerned about. So in this case we chose Mars, and therefore the longitude of C15, it says indirect of C15, which means the Mars. Indirect of Mars is basically this is called Mars here. So it takes the value that it is going to get from here, and the starting degree of the nakshatra. So each nakshatra has 360 by 27 degrees, and if you want the starting degree, you just multiply by the number of the starting degree minus 1. So this is the formula. You don't have to bother about the formula. In case you want to change the objective function, for instance, you want to get to know when exactly some planet Rahu attains to say 12 degrees, then you can modify this formula as 12 degrees minus Rahu. So indirect of Rahu, instead of C15, you have to enter, you choose the Rahu there, that's it. So you can also modify the objective function and click here. So that way, let us see, when moon is here, Venus is here. So Venus is, we can start with say 0 increment. So this is the current time. So I have given a previous time and a next time between the range which I want to check, say Venus. And Venus is currently is in Ashwini. So we want to know when it reaches Ardra, say some star, even say the 6th star or the 5th star. You give any number and then press here and wait for a few minutes. It has to work out, and Venus reaches the 5th star, which is Mrigashira, on the 26th of April 2023 at this time, as per this Ainamsha. So I think this would work well for all of you. So give it a try. I will give the downloadable link below. So hopefully this is useful. I think the Swiss ephemeris itself might have a background function for this, but then I felt this is also working all right by using the solver optimization in Excel. So that's how this I have made it. Hopefully this is useful to our community. Thank you.